You'll see immediately a list of products available at PhillyCam or items that are available to reserve. We have our facilities, main studio, express studio, AV booth, things like that. Computers, this is our media lab. We've got cameras and camera accessories, tripods, microphones, wireless mics, light kits, things like that. And it's all presented in this interface. So let's do a quick little test run if you wanted to reserve something. So let's start with the main studio. I think this is a big one for folks. So you'll click on the main studio, and you'll see that you have some booking options here. In this case, the studio is only available in 4-hour chunks anyway, so you'd be picking 4 hours. But if there is something like the Media Lab you can reserve for less time, or in a camera that you're taking out for multiple days, you would see those options here. And then we get a calendar. This is something we know people rely on quite heavily when they're making reservations. In the case of how this works, it's done by individual item. So what you're gonna do is go to the item you wanna reserve. Typically you would start with something like the main studio, and then you can pull up the calendar and you can actually check and see when it's available. So days that we're closed or have come and gone show up in gray, days we're open show up in green, and days we're open but somebody has already made a reservation that day would show up in red. So you can look for the green, and then when you click on it, it'll give you the options for when to start. In this case, we're on a Saturday, so we open at noon. So with a 4-hour reservation, you could start at noon, 1, or 2. So let me say I'm gonna start at 1, and then you can click Add to Bag. And now, if you're all set, you can check out, or we can continue shopping. And let's go back and look at the menu. Let's say maybe we are basic field certified, and so we're gonna be taking a basic field camera and tripod into the main studio and recording that way. So now I can go look at the XD cam. You will see on a few items, because this module supports having different options for an item, you can actually select things. So in the case of our XD cams, 2 of them have been upgraded to 4K. If that's something that is a necessity for you, you could select that. In this case, I know I'm just gonna be filming in HD anyway, so I'm gonna select HD. And now it already knows that I was trying to make a booking for Saturday at 1 p.m. for 4 hours. So it autofills all that information, and it automatically checks and makes sure that there's a camera free for that period of time. So now I can click Add to Bag, and it's added my XD cam. Let's continue shopping one more time, and we will add a tripod. So let me go down to tripods, and we're trying something a little new here. If you all hate it, we can switch it, but we're putting all the tripods into one category here, so you don't have to remember model numbers. We've got our standard tripod. That's the one you're probably most used to using. Lightweight are newer tripods that are smaller and lighter, but come with our mirrorless cameras. And then the heavy duty tripods are those big old boys that were for the older Sony cameras that you probably only want to use in a really specialized use case. So we've got those choices here. Let's just pick standard. That's the one we know we want. Again, it autofills the information. We click Add to Bag, and now we are ready to check out for our reservation. I'm gonna click Checkout, and now this is where it'll ask for just a few contact details, and you wanna make sure they match, so especially that email. So you can put in first name, last name, phone number, and then when you put in email, this is where you wanna make sure you're using the email that's connected to your account that you use to log into the producer portal. There's a terms of service. This is the exact same terms of service that we had on the back of the physical page when you used to do reservations that way. So you can check that box. You don't need a discount code because your membership is the discount code. Everything's free. And then you just click Confirm Booking, and it will trigger an email that goes to your account and to the tech services email so that we can review it on staff. We ask, same as we used to, for 48 hours. Once if we have any questions, we'll reach out to you. But once we've approved the reservation, you'll get another email that says it's ready to go and you're ready to show up at PhillyCam for your reservation.